Hello everyone. My name just so happens to be Highwada. You are on youtube.com/watch/a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. And today I have another absorbing game of Age of Empires 4 for you. Today spawning on the northeast side of Highview, we have Striker playing the Rus. His opponent on the other side of the map in the red playing on the Abbasid Dynasty. We have none other than Beastyqt. And look at this wonderful monument he has in his TC. That is amazing. We love to see players with those full gold monuments. Finish your masteries, get everything going, get all those achievements, and give us a good game. So right now, Beastyqt, this is post-patch and still opting to open onto the sheep instead. Could be looking to drop a second TC onto the berries, which actually, considering this has a wisdom placement, could be very likely. Drop that second TC on the berries over here, have the gold over here, and be in kind of an interesting position. Our Roost player did open with a second scout, and we are getting our hunting cabin now producing a third scout. So we are going to be in a great situation here for our Roost player. Going to capture all of these hunt on the map here. Looks like Beasty's not even looking to really contest it. Going to allow his opponent to get those hunt, get that bounty, and get going. Here's a plan of his own. So this back hunt is going to be denied by Striker. Take that gold for himself. There's a front hunt over here closer to Beasty's base, which could actually be contested. And across the map, he's getting that third scout on that hunt as well. Are we getting a fourth scout? No, we are not. Not yet, at least. So we may not be going professional scouts. And if we are, it's going to be not a full commitment to it. We're going to just have a couple scouts on it here and there. But right now, we got 2 vills onto this gold right now. A third one should be coming out in just a moment. That's right. So Beasty going with the tried and true pre-February 2022 patch of 7 vills on food, 3 on the gold with the House of Wisdom timing. This should be a really tight timing for the age up here, and he's going to be able to age up faster than he was before. The Abbasid Dynasty have had a buff to their upgrade time for their age up. They are going to be doing it at 105 seconds as opposed to, I think it was like 120 seconds before. So it's decent enough change. Going to go on to the wood now for Beasty, get that wood economy going. Maybe going for some horsemen or some spears in the next stage. He's up against the Roosts, who are likely to go early knights. So could be a good call to get those spears out nice and early. Take a look at our players' spawns for a moment here while this wolf is getting attacked by Beasty's TC. We got that forward gold in Beasty's base. We got the berries right in the side. And like I mentioned, very good spot for the TC could be right here or even right here on the wood line to protect that as well. Got a back stone, which is wallable in Highview. And that front deer/hunt we talked about, which are getting picked up now by Beasty. His opponent was not able to get these ones necessarily. I think there was a couple that he needed to take out, but I digress. Other side of the map for our Roost player. We are going up with the Golden Gate right now. We are getting ready to age up. We got how many vills on that? 4? 4 vills building that Golden Gate. We're on the wood now. We are on the food under the TC. And our scout is still just running around trying to kill any, find any wolves, kill any deer, so on and so forth. Take a look at our spawn, however. We do have a nice wallable backside of the base. Our berries in the back of our Roost player's base. We do have a forward gold and forward stone, so that's a little scary on Highview because it's not as easy to wall the front of your base. Gonna need some towers potentially, and as the Roost, you don't really want to put your wooden fortresses not on a wood line because they get buffed on the wood line. Doesn't matter too much though. It's pretty early in the game still, so we got a lot left. We got a lot left to see from these two players. It looks like Beasty is on the way up to the next stage as well, going up with the economic wing. Gonna make sure he has enough gold to research fresh foodstuffs, which is a cost of 50 food and 125 gold. Once you see him at 125 gold, he's probably going to transition onto the stone. Actually, already doing that. Has enough vills on the wood line to build that second mining camp right away. Going to put some more vills onto the stone at once. Get another house up. I'm going to transition these guys at this drop off right here, I imagine. Right? Are we going back to work on the stone mines? No, we're going to stay on the gold. So could be looking for some kind of build that involves gold. Could be seeing some men-at-arms in the second age. It's hard to say exactly. Could see some camels come out. Actually, never mind. We are going to get the transition now. Just a little behind with our other micro that we have to do. Beasty with 3 huge wolf pulls. That's actually crazy. That's a lot of wolves that Beasty was able to get for himself. So good for him. Deny that extra gold for our Roost player. Other side of the map here. What's our hunt actually sitting on right now? Our bounty. We're at 280 bounty. So tier 2 already. That higher harvest rate for food. Striker is going to be ahead in that food income for a little while once he gets back onto the sheep there. 152, 102 food per minute versus the 38 for Beasty because he is currently in the process of only having 4 vills on food actually. That's a little weird. I think that's just enough to continually pump out villagers. So we're going to need to put some more on food in a moment here, probably. We're going to go heavy on the stone instead, heavy on the wood. And once he transitions to that second TC, probably going to go onto the berries and get that extra food. So we are now in the second age for both players right now. We're getting the fresh foodstuffs like I mentioned before. I don't usually see players go for a timing where they get textiles while they're upgrading the fresh foodstuffs. I think it's an interesting idea because you can save the cost of some villagers by doing so. At the same time, though, if you're not getting raided, you really need to get textiles. It could just be a waste of time down the line. Early Knights being pumped out for our Roost player, for Striker. Striker is currently sitting at number 66 in the world. Beastyqt at number 4. So these are two very high-level players. Two top 100 players. And arguably top 50, depending on the day. We're getting an archer range out now, too. So we could see some cav archers come out. Could see some regular archers. I would imagine regular archers to counteract any spears that could be coming out to take care of the early Knights. Right now, Beastyqt is going up with a barracks, so he's probably going to pump out some spearmen, like I said earlier. Probably a good call there. Get those spearmen out to defend the base nice and early. But the archers are going to prove to be a bit of a problem for him if they are allowed to stay on the map for long. Could be worth getting some horsemen here. Beastyqt is going to get vision of the knight. Does he see the archer range? He did get vision of the archer range too, so as long as he made sure that he double-checked what building it was, he does know what's coming his way, and he's going to have to get a stable if he really wants to be able to hold this very easily. Or get some outposts up, which is what he's choosing to do on his gold to defend that instead. This knight's going to get here early enough, though, so a bit of a scary spot to be in for Beastyqt. This knight's going to come on over. What vision does he have? Striker does not see the outpost going up, so he has not scouted it yet. He does see it now, so he's going to try to get the aggression onto that villager that was building it. Beastyqt, with the presence of mind, pulling his vill back, and there is a spearman out trying to do some work on that early knight. Not doing a lot of damage yet, but TC fire going to come as well, and going to do a good job of helping deny that raid. Other side of the map, we still got some more knights coming out here. Archers starting to build up in the base of our Roost player. Do we have professional scouts? We did upgrade professional scouts. We got the carcasses under the TC. Current resources wise, actually let's go income per minute rather. Striker ahead by a lot because of the extra food that's going to come on the hunt. Has the bonus from his bounty being at tier 2, so he's going to get a lot going that way as well. And they're just going to keep bringing these in. He's on a full commitment to professional scouts, but he has 3 scouts on the map going to do some work for him. 2 vills on the gold right now as well to start kind of making up for the lack of gold income going to be coming in from the scouts moving forward. Didn't drop off those hunt for some reason. Interesting. And Striker, his knight was pushed off. Looks like maybe lost the knight or that it ran away. We're keeping our scout for Beastyqt on this hunt to make sure that our opponent does not come and scoop it up some more. Knight's coming out. This is the knight from earlier, so they did get away with their lives. But the second TC is going up almost exactly where I said it was going to go. Relatively close. I said it was going to go up right over here, but a little bit further back. A little safer. Double the fire. There's a Venn diagram, if you would, of the area in which these 2 town centers can fire. So it's going to be nice and safe for the villagers here. No wall on the bottom part of the map. Would have liked to see that a little bit earlier from Beastyqt. He knows that this is open. So it could have been nice to see a wall come up, but it doesn't matter too much because he has the 2 TCs to defend his vills. He's going to be nice and safe for a little while. We're getting the archer range up now. We do have lots of spears out on the map right now. Are we moving across with our archers? We are moving across with our archers for Striker. So he's getting ready to position himself up and get some fighting going. Do either players have a blacksmith yet? Striker does not. Beastyqt does not either. Bit of an engagement going on over here. Going to raid the wood line a little bit. Spearmen are aware of this. Town center are going to fire onto the scouts, and not the scouts, the early knights, and the spearmen are going to be able to effectively push this little raid away. Meanwhile, other side of the map here, Beastyqt's scout is going to get hurt by the fire of his opponent's town center. He did get a second scout after all. Actually, he opened with a second scout. What am I saying? He got a second scout early. Regardless, though, spearmen doing a good job of holding it down. This is a little scary of a idea here from Beastyqt. I don't agree with this play. Pushing out when you know your opponent has an archer range up on the map with just a whole bunch of spearmen is frightening. You are going to lose these units if you are not careful. Where are the archers from our opponent? They are over here. So he's actually going to go around this little... Oh my god, 2 ships passing in the night. Talk about a wood line. This big forest doing a great job of keeping Beastyqt hidden. I don't believe that our Roost player Striker did see that little crossover there. Striker none the wiser to the raid that's coming on his side of the map, and he's not going to have much at home to defend against it. He doesn't really have... He has some scouts. He has 1 knight coming up, and he has archers that are being pumped across the map right now. They're being set to rally all the way on the other side. So Beastyqt wants to take care of the scouts coming for the hunt. He knows that the hunt is still here. He knew that the hunt was getting picked up, so he's going to come over and try to deny it. Oh my god, does he have vision? He does have vision of this. This is going to be a big play coming out from Beastyqt. Trying to deny that food economy of his opponent. Does leave his own base open for a raid, but the 2 TC fire is going to be enough to hold for a little while. There's some archers at home. We do have a camel archer right now too, who's going to reduce the attack rate for our opponent's knights there. And all of these guys getting cleaned up here. Looks like Striker was distracted on the other side of the map and losing all 3 of his scouts, not being able to secure that food income much longer. Beastyqt's sticking around for a little bit longer to say, hey, I need more scouts coming. I'm going to leave 1 back there just to keep vision and keep control on what's going on. Scouts going to run across the map, try to get some vision of what Striker's up to in front of his base. Does have control with his outpost here. Does have the TC vision as well. and knows that there are archers and knights waiting to greet him at home. And Beasty's just got all the vision in the world. Beasty's actually playing this really well. While I was scared, I thought Beasty was going to go and try to raid his opponent's like economy with spears, and I was absolutely terrified of that. Looks like he did get a little bit of damage on the archers there. A bit of a larger mass, so we knew that he could get away with it. We are going to get a battering ram out now for Striker. Looks like we do in fact have our blacksmith. We can only go with siege engineering now. No other upgrades currently researched. Does Beasty have a blacksmith? He does. No research yet. He does have siege engineering by default as the Abbasid, so he can go ahead and build himself a mangonel in the next age if he wanted to. Not yet though. Knight's looking for an opportunity to raid. The berries have been denied for a little while because they're not quite completely under the TC, so they're not super safe, but they're safe enough where these knights versus this mass are just going to be able to do anything. Income per minute tab right now. Beasty ahead. He's sitting on 44 vills versus 35 of Striker, so just ahead in that food income, wood and gold. Not by a significant amount in food, but by enough to make a difference. Losing our scout there, Beasty is, and now he's going to be kind of pushing out on the map, trying to take some presence there. There is a ram that was built up. Going to try to push in the front of the base here, take out this outpost potentially. And a great mix from both players here in regards to military. We do have the camel archer, the archers, and the spears. For BC, going to be able to reduce our rate of fire for the Roost player. He's not going to be able to attack as well with his knights, and he's going to be countered by the spears as well. Archers are going to be able to trade with archers, no problem. And really, it's just this battering ram that I'm concerned about here. These, not knights, but these spearmen are going to have to be distracted enough to siege this down, or villager pulls have to go on. Striker going to take advantage of the situation, going to go and follow up behind this battering ram, but the amount of units here are just too much for Striker to deal with. May have been more worthwhile is to hold off on this push, keep the ram hidden in the stealth forest for now. We do have a house going up randomly for BC in the front line, provide another building for the battering ram to go through. BC doing a great job of holding this here. Economy is so important in this game, and BC was able to do a great job of denying the economy for his opponent, losing his camel archer, however, and losing some other units in that mix too. But we don't have those scouts out on the map anymore. BC is aware that there's a hunting cabin going up over here, and he's aware that his opponent has had to move across the map to pick up that remaining food. That denial of the hunt under the TC was huge because he's having to reallocate villagers now at this point in the game at the 12-minute mark to be able to capture anything. Second TC is just so advantageous too for the Abbasid. We're certainly well behind in just a minute or two here. Sure, Striker's ahead in wood. He's got 20 vills on wood, or 20 vills on wood each actually. But he's got double products. He doesn't have double products, so it's interesting why he's ahead by so much. Interesting. Regardless, doesn't matter too much. We are going to have a little bit of a raid going on over here, but did get denied, rather, not was getting denied by the Knight, and 5 idle vills for BC right now versus the none for Striker. Gonna get some more information, sees his opponent is still on his gold. He doesn't have vision right now that his opponent is kind of building up in front of his base. He does see the rams right now. He has reinforced his troops. He's got a lot of archers here. It's a massive 13 archers versus how many for Striker? 18, so relatively even. We do have 3 camels in the mix and some spears as well. Again, going to really impact the Knight's ability to do anything here. His outpost was not repaired in between engagements, so this actually could look to go down if BC's not careful. Going to be charging the backline with the Knights, getting the charge off, and spears going down a lot to those archers from Striker. BC having a harder time than I thought he would here. Sigmatic mode for the extra drama, and these Knights are doing a great job, actually. There's just enough of them to really push them off. That charge onto the backline was super damaging for Beasty. Really unfortunate that didn't get off, but now these Spear are going to be able to get into the mix with the Knights, and these archers are doing a great job of denying any units going to come up and try to siege down the battering rams. Is it going to be enough is the question. That's really the question here. We're sitting on 28 mil for Striker versus 20 for Beasty, but he does have the defender's advantage. Could reinforce this a little more easily. How many production facilities does Beasty have right now? Let's take a look on his map. He's got 3 ranges, 2 barracks. He's going to put out quite a number of archers and camels here to defend against this. He does have a lot of gold in the bank and a lot of bills on food and wood. So he's able to produce more and more archers and lots of spears as well. They're going to come out and try to fight these early Knights, but getting a random charge off because of the spawn time and how unfortunate. At this point, there are few enough military units here where BC could do a villager pull and try to take out the remaining rams. Right now, he's just kind of delaying the push by taking out the units. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He's not going to put your villagers at risk there. I like the idea. Making a bit of a choke here with his barracks and putting up another house to, again, cause more buildings to be on the map for the rams have to navigate through and deal with, create more choke points between the wood line and the buildings. And this looks like it's swinging back into favor of BC right now. BC just ahead. Oh my god, the food difference is crazy. Those berries really came through. If you didn't know in the last patch, in the top right corner right now, I do have a card telling you where to go to check out my video with the last patch, but our villagers for the Abbasid have a carry rate of 13 now and a faster gather rate as well. So they have been buffed significantly. This push did get denied. Looks like the knights did go down to the spears and remaining archers from Beastyqt. And now these rams are slowly but surely going to get pushed down. And this looks like it might be GG's. There's not really much behind this that our opponent has. Striker doesn't really have anything in his base. He has some units, sure. He's got some knights that are damaged up. He's got some archers. But the mass from Beasty is just huge. And he's going to be ready to age up to the next age at any moment now. Realistically, he needs to build a market and set off some wood. And he's going to be ready to age up. We got so much gold, too. Going to transition onto the food economy now with the... Not food economy, the farm economy with the farms. That's the same thing. I'm saying the same thing over and over. Regardless, pulling some vills off the woodline here to get 32 back onto the food with the farm. It's going to be great. You hear GG being called in the background here. I believe Striker just knows that he's not going to be able to catch up here at this point, and GG's has been called. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I'll make sure to leave another Abbasid game after this for you to check out. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. I try to upload every day, and I'll see you folks in the next cast. Cheers!